Hey guys, Shane, Garage, Constant Sorrow. Let's see, we got obviously see what we're doing. So I got these S10 rims and the center caps that go with them. Voila. But I don't know if any of you guys know this, but the only thing that holds these center caps on is these. So if you want to use the center caps, you have to have the special lug nuts to hold the wheels onto the car. And of course, that would be these with the external threads. Now, the only problem is when they started making these, all the lug nut threads were metric. So if you want to use these wheels on an older car, you have to find the lug nuts with the older threads, the older internal threads, and this external thread, which I found a couple different places. I found them on Amazon and I ordered a set, but this external thread was too big. So the cap, apparently they make a couple different sizes of them. The cap that I knew was correct wouldn't fit on it, so I'd send those back, and they didn't have the right ones, or I couldn't identify that they had the right ones because they didn't specify what this outside diameter was, which I knew from having the cap. So I knew what diameter I needed, but they didn't have that in the specifications, so I had to go elsewhere. Finally found them at Classic Industries. They have a lot of what do they have? Chevy, GM stuff, I believe. Nova, Chevelle, Monte Carlo, I think. Anyway, they got all kinds of catalogs, but their online store found what I needed. Unfortunately, I had to wait for shipping, so it's why it's been a while since I put anything out. Actually, I did start on the gauges, and I ended up having to stop that because the oil gauge was pegged out at 100 psi. As soon as I plugged it in, I don't know, right out of the box, it's a piece of crap. So it's to be expected. It was a cheap Amazon part, if you want to call it a part. So I ended up taking it all out, sending it back to Amazon. I went ahead and had them just send me another one to see if I get a good one. If not, I'll go get a real gauge set. But I just wanted to get by with as little money as possible on this thing until I get it running. I mean, I still haven't even got it on the ground. So let's show you what we got here. Let's flip this. Oh, hey, babe.
Hi, babe. How does it work?
Alright, let's see what we got here. Right, so these are 7/16 20 thread on the wheel studs. Now, the only other, you do have another option. You could change out the wheel studs and just use the original S10 ones, which I did years ago on another vehicle I had, and I put I think it was either these, yeah, it was these same rims too, on a Corvair, and it was before the days that they made these with the old inner threads. So I ended up just swapping out all the wheel studs. Now, alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna give it a little love tap. Now this is just what is it, a 60, 65, I think, right there. Well, can't see it. 65 foot-pound. I tend to use the weaker torque, what do they call that thing? The torque adapter. Anyway, and then go back and hand torque them with an actual torque wrench. Star pattern. Alright, now I'm not going to actually torque those down yet, but I do want to show you this. Oh great, it's not going to stay in there either. Where is... There. Doing the one-handed mechanic trick. Yeah, we all do it. Anyway, that's the idea. Let's see, let's get the full effect here. Of course, this one's got chrome peeling off of it. Now I got a wasp flying around my head. Go away. Alright, anyway, we're not putting that last one on there because you can't see it anyway. We're just doing this for visual effect. Anyway, it doesn't look too bad. For an old Nomega. Alright, well, that's all for today, and I'll be back with the gauge set as soon as it comes in today, I think. Should be in UPS, or mail. Anyway, alright, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, so I was watching Hoovy today, and he said that he usually doesn't tell people to like and subscribe and stuff, but that he did on a recent video, and it got him like thousands of subscriptions, which is hilarious. Of course, he's got, probably 1 million viewers, but that many people hadn't subscribed to his thing, so subscribe. Go ahead, I'll wait. Do you do it? Okay. Thanks for watching. Talk at you later.